Alrighty, welcome back to another trade recap. Today it was FOMC, so I ended up not trading the AM session and I traded the PM session. I usually do that on FOMC, a lot more volatility, a lot more efficiency towards the draw. So I ended up taking two trades today. One got stopped in profit and the other one obviously hit take profit. I'm up around like $8,000 up on my Apex evals and then up $1,000 on my actual fundeds. So technically only up like $1,000 real, but overall I'm up around like $8,000. But let's kind of go over what I wanted to see coming into FMC and what ended up happening. So let's go back to around here. Yeah. Okay. Let me just delete all this. Okay. So if we take a look at the 15-minute, we ended up in the AM session putting in a bullish SMT with this low. So we ended up putting in a bullish SMT and we have all this generated buy side liquidity above us, as well as these relative equal highs up here and the unfilled daily fair value gap that I want to see become the higher time frame draw. So just from this, I am bullish coming into the day. I want to see higher. I want to see this internal high, and I want to see a London get taken, as well as extra confluence. We have midnight open resting right below the internal high. So what did I want to see coming into market open? Let's move down to the 5-minute. What I wanted to see was a rebalance to this unfilled 5-minute bullish fair value gap. I wanted to see this internal low get taken and for us to have our manipulation leg to then go higher towards London. So overall, I was bullish bias coming into the day. Now, if we run through price here, we end up taking that low, tapping the 5-minute fair value gap exactly how I wanted to see. We end up coming up, right? Coming back down, building more price action. Okay. And if we look here, we end up opening this unfilled 15-minute bearish fair value gap. So we end up opening this unfilled 15-minute bearish fair value gap. At this point in time, I don't know if we want to respect this or go higher, or respect this, go lower, or run through this and go higher. So I'm just watching price action. Keep in mind, FOMC has not come out yet. It's 11:48. So FOMC has not come out yet, right? And we could possibly see one more manipulation lower because we're generating all of this sell side liquidity. Now, what ends up happening? We end up taking this high, right? Tapping the 15-minute and putting in a bearish SMT. So if we look over here on ES, right? This high never gets taken. So this is the high, never gets taken. We end up putting it in a bearish SMT. We tap the unfilled 15-minute, and I just want to see all this generated sell side get taken to then go higher, right? Just because I'm bullish bias doesn't mean that this short is lower quality, right? So we end up getting below the change in the state. I enter short, right? We end up taking this low, and I began to move my stop to break even, and then I began to trail my stop. So when this candle got closed, because of the trailing drawdown, I ended up trailing my stop on my evals, right? And then on my live account, I just kept it as is. But on my evals, I was trailing my stop. And then we eventually ended up getting stopped out. Okay, on my eval, I ended up getting stopped out. And then on my live account, I just ended up getting stopped out at break even. Okay, so here was the first trade that I ended up taking. Again, got stopped in profit on my evals because of the trailing drawdown. And then on my live account, I got stopped at break even. I just kept it the same, right? So when this ends up happening, if we take a look back over at ES, we end up putting in a bullish SMT. So if we take a look, this low gets taken on ES, right? So we end up putting in a bullish SMT. So I no longer expect for us to take this low, right? And at this point in time, I think it's 11:58. So yes, FOMC comes out, we pump all the way up, we take the internal high, we keep London high intact, right? And what do we end up doing? We end up opening this massive 1 minute fair value gap that I want to see how price reacts, okay? We end up just building price action, right? Generating more buy side liquidity, still have not taken London yet. We end up coming all the way back down, right? Coming all the way back down. And at this point in time, if we scale down to the 5 minute, we open up this unfilled 5 minute bullish fair value gap, right? So I want to see how this reacts because we've taken the internal high. We could very well get below this change and move lower towards this generated sell side liquidity, or we could respect this unfilled 5 minute and move higher. So I just want to watch price action and watch what it does. I mark out this internal low. I want to see this get taken and want to see the reaction. If we fall through, most likely we're going to be bearish and we're going to continue lower. But if we take this and sweep it, we could move higher and I could look for a long. So we end up sweeping this low. Okay. I mark out this change in the state. We get somewhat above the change in the state. I didn't take it here. And then at this point, when we really get above the change in the state, I did not take it here as well because of the risk. The risk would have been like a little bit less than a 1-to-1. So what do I end up doing? I want to see a pullback to the change in the state and the 1 minute bullish fair value gap. We end up tapping the 1 minute bullish fair value gap, getting all the way back above that candle. I enter long, stop below the 1 minute fair value gap, and I'm targeting London high, right? And this was when Powell, a little bit after Powell, what time is it? 12:31. So this is 1 minute after Powell gone on. I didn't even realize that. But here was my long, right? Manipulation, higher time frame for value gap, respecting the 5 minute, get above that 1 minute change, respect this 1 minute bullish for value gap, and get above the down close candles. Obviously bullish, right? We have all this generated buy side liquidity above us. London high is the obvious draw. We're bullish on the higher time frame, and we end up pumping straight to London. So I took this again, both on my evals and my live account. Again, on my live account, I just held this and I moved my stop to break even around here. And then on my evals, I ended up trailing my stop to each candle low again because of the trailing drawdown. So here were the two trades that I ended up taking today. Again, on my eval, I'm up around $8,000 on my eval, and then on my live account, I'm up around $1,000. So technically only up $1,000 today, but on my eval, I'm also up. So here were the two trades that I ended up taking today. Completely fine with both of these. Again, glad that I got out of the market because today's FOMC was just not that efficient, not great price action, a lot of up, down. But yeah, so here are the two trades that I ended up taking today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys had a great day trading FOMC, and I will catch you in the next one.